What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about Steven Jackson's response to this comedian David Lucas. Now, if you have not seen the viral content that he's made, we're gonna catch you guys up on it. Now, he made a joke about why George Floyd got his neck nailed on, and he also said he loves Kyle Rittenhouse. So let me set the scene for you. He had an audience of black and white people, you know, kind of mixed, and mostly white people though. And the blacks that were there, they start to get up and leave when he made those jokes, and he was roasting them on the way out. But prior to that, he had a heckler, and the heckler was talking back and forth, and he tried to get him to come up on stage, and the guy wouldn't come up there. And so they go back and forth, and he says, you know, you showing them why George Floyd got his, you know, he said that, and then that's where it hits the fan. And then he, you know, him saying he liked Kyle Rittenhouse, it went another step. And so it was so many problems with that video, what the white audience was laughing at, the things he was doing to offend black people to appease his white audience. All of that was problematic for me. And this is the perfect example where you shouldn't do or touch everything for $1. You got to have some integrity somewhere. Well, I ain't saying you got to, because obviously he doesn't. But you should have some integrity where you don't cross certain lines. And this young man, he crossed all of them. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what he said, and then we're going to hear Steven Jackson. I'll be back.
Oh man, all these fucking good ass white people at my show. And you wanted to show them the reason George Floyd got his neck nailed on. Don't ooh at that joke. It's just a joke, man. I would have never kneeled on George Floyd's neck. I would have shot that nigga. That was...
Know about George Floyd before you get your ass up there talking. You really should know to be funny, don't you know that?
It's called comedy, nigga. You ready to go? All right, baby. Okay. All right, you offended too, baby, with the braids? All right. You offended too? God damn, man, fuck. Y'all good? Or y'all about to... I like Kyle Rittenhouse too. I like Kyle Rittenhouse too.
So you heard that little snippet right there. And man, this brother really needs to find himself. There's no way that these things that he's saying could be perceived as jokes. And I saw some of these black conservative channels talking about the people were woke and triggered. I mean, this is not one of those times. Do people be too woke sometimes about certain stuff? Yes. But this is not one of those times. They were right to leave. And who he has laughing at these jokes is so problematic for me. I don't feel good in my soul when I watched him do that to himself, because he doesn't realize he's just a little pawn to say what they're thinking out loud, you know, and just because of the color of his skin, he's able to get that off. And man, this is a mess. This is a mess, and hopefully this guy finds himself, man, and realize that these people don't really care about him either. They laughing, yeah, you make a little money with them, but it's because they feel like they got their hand up your back, and you are just the Negro that they use to convey their thoughts in comedic fashion. And man, this is nasty work. This is nasty work on the highest level. And hopefully, well, I can't even say hopefully he comes around, because he seems to be immersed in that so deeply. But we're going to listen to Steven Jackson's response to what he had to say.
What up, world? Everybody sending me this shit about this clown, comedian ass nigga. Man, everybody ain't funny, dog. Anytime you got demean dead people, you ain't funny, dog. Find something else. You maybe need to find another job, because comedy ain't for you when you got to talk about dead people. Why you ain't tell people your baby mama mad at you? Because you ain't got to pay child support because you breastfeeding the kids. Oh, titty milk, breastfeeding ass, titty milk having ass, big titty, woman titty having ass nigga. Up there looking like a retired lineman and a stud mixed. Clown ass nigga, man. Come on, bro. You know what's funny? How you smell, old fat out of shape ass nigga. Find something else to talk about. See how I'm talking about your fat, bad built ass? Look like a tomato on lean. Oh, fat ass nigga. Fuck you talking about, man. Find something else to joke about, bro. But that's how you know you ain't funny. You gotta talk about dead people. But everybody's sending it to me for a reason, because they clowning your ass.
Yeah, so Steven Jackson got that off, and man, I would hate for anybody to feel like that's the way they have to earn their money. Now, there's been some things said about George Floyd and what he did to the pregnant woman, putting the gun in her belly and all that. I don't condone none of that. He should have got in all the trouble he got in at the time for all that. I really have no patience for people doing anything, to a pregnant woman and endangering an unborn child. I have no patience for that. But for this guy to sit up here and use that incident that occurred as a punchline for one of his jokes, it's just mind-blowing to me, man. And then to go say he liked Kyle Rittenhouse. I bet, if I go look far enough, he's going to like Dylan Roof. He's going to like all the people he shouldn't like and hate everybody that he shouldn't hate. And it's just, you hate to see a brother that lost. If he goes through something public, he's going to be looking for support, man. And it's not going to be there for him because they're going to pull these receipts on him, making a white audience laugh at black trauma. I think that's one thing you cannot do in the way that he's doing it. You can talk about when you were poor and different things. As long as you snapping on everybody, you can do that. But you can't do this. Just like you can't talk about a white person getting gunned down by the cops and all that and make that a joke. An innocent white person, you can't talk about something happened to them getting their neck kneeled on, if it's ever happened or anything like that. So all that is off limits is what I'm saying. Like, this dude is doing some elite level foolishness. And I'm glad everybody's calling him out on it. He seems to relish it. Like he seems to really enjoy the fact that he's been looked at as the villain based off of his takes. But man, I'm really not feeling that, man. I'm really not feeling that. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.